I have another inspirational video for you today. I'm Elizabeth in case you're new here, and right now I have you looking at a thrifted lamp. I found it at a yard sale a few weeks ago, and although I love it, it's just not working well in my living room currently. So I went out and I thrifted another lamp, and today we are going to kind of update it and actually make it look a little bit older and more vintage. We're getting rid of the silver base and we're using rub and buff to do that. Let me give you some tips about Rub and Buff. It is an oil-based product and it goes on a very matte metallic. Now, for my purposes, I'm just applying it straight to this silver. But if you were going to do this and really take it up a notch, I would recommend that you paint it a darker base underneath. You could use a brown chalk paint, just something that would adhere well. As you watch the process of me transforming this thrifted piece with Rub and Buff, let me kind of share with you my thoughts on why I like this lamp better than the other one. So I think the other one just had a little bit too much gold in it for what I have going on in the room right now. It's very red, white, and blue, kind of casual, country. And I like that this was just a solid lamp, just a nice navy blue. I also liked the traditional shape of it, how it almost has like a ginger jar shape to it, just very traditional and classic. And then wait until you see what shade I'm going to pair with it, because I really love the combination and how this thrifted lamp ends up looking in my summer living room. The next makeover project is going to be on this fireplace hearth. Never been a fan of these tiles, but it's usually mostly covered by a rug, so I just kind of have let it go for these last few years. However, on this day, I decided I was going to use some leftover sticker decals that I had from doing the fireplace insert, and I was going to use as many as I could to try and cover as much of this tiled hearth as I could. So let me show you the process of applying it and what it looks like when I'm all done. And let me know what you think down in the comments below. And here is the secret to keeping these tiles stuck to the ground. I am putting on a whole layer of Mod Podge over top, and that's going to just keep them in place and keep them safe for as long as I want them to be here. Most of us probably have this not so attractive electrical hardware on some side of our house, and ours was right in the very backyard where we spend all of our time, and I was always looking at these big gray boxes up against our gorgeous historic brick, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I decided to start taping off the brick with painter's tape, and I found a primer that ended up matching our brick perfectly. It's just a can of spray paint. It couldn't have been more perfect. I recruited Cameron to help me reach some of the higher spots with taping off, and he was able to help me with that. But what do you think of this transformation? I am so happy that I finally did this. It took forever to tape off, but it was so worth it. So here's a little bench that I found thrifting, and I paid $3 for it. As you can see, it has quite a colorful thing going on right now. Looked like it was probably for a kid's room or something, which is really cute, but it's not gonna work in my house. So I don't really know exactly where I want to put it, what I want to do with it, but I thought let's just start with a fresh coat of white spray paint, and then we could even pop it in the garden somewhere or somewhere in the house. It's just a cute little bench. It's solid wood. It's definitely vintage, and it was only $3. So let's just work with it, give it a little makeover, and see if we can give it a new life. Here we are. I've got like 3 cans of spray paint on this thing. It took a lot to get all that covered, and I feel like anything with spindles, it's just always so much paint. So anyway, here it is, white. Total transformation, right? Looks so much better, so cute. So we'll just let this dry and then figure out how I'm gonna end up styling it. Okay, so here's what I am debating on. I am not loving the look of this situation here next to the shed. I think it's just the colors going on together. It's a little bit too much, maybe. I really like the color of this window, and I don't have any more of that spray paint. I don't know if I love this green on here. And so that's kind of, I'm leaning toward painting this thing just like a hammered brown, make it look just kind of like iron. I definitely don't love this cover on here either. Let's see. It's just like an MDF wood, so that's probably actually helping to protect that. So I was also wondering if I should like cut the peak of that window off, because I do feel like the scale is a bit much for this little shed. So those are kind of the things I've been thinking about in my head, just to kind of make some changes over here. I do know that I want to paint this shepherd's hook white. I don't love the black. So maybe I'll just start with that, give myself a few minutes to think and decide what I want to do over here with this stuff. Okay, let's get this cleaned off. We were also talking about getting a Blackstone grill, and I thought this would also make a good little like outdoor kitchen prep area. So there's that option also if we end up doing that. Because right now it's not really being used. I mean, it is nice to have a place to put my pots and things, but I'm not like standing over here and actually potting things. You know, you always think that you're going to be using these things how you intended when you first set them up, but then, you know, you just don't. But it looks cute. So I think I decided maybe I want to have to remove. Okay, I was thinking I wanted to remove this fake laminate stuff off of here and just do like a polyurethane. I thought this just slipped right out, but apparently it doesn't. And the screws look like they're totally rusted, so might need to go get some painter's tape. It'd be nice if I had like a slab of like a paver even or something that I could pop in here. Piece of stone. In case you don't know the story of this piece, I found it recently, I think over the spring, on some neighborhood yard sales, and it was only $7. I saw it just sitting in the guy's yard, ran straight up to it and said, "This is mine, I want it." And yeah, so I'm happy to have this piece. I think it's really fun. And there's lots of different things I could do with it. I wish I had room in my kitchen for it, because I know it's supposed to be like a baker's rack, but for now it's just outside. And I do end up finding something for it that I had thought out loud about earlier, so you'll have to wait and see what I ended up doing. One thing I realized about this hammered spray paint instantly was that the nozzle, the trigger, was extremely hard to push down, much more than a regular can of spray paint is. I think it's just because it's so much thicker, because it comes out with a texture. So my little fingers were hurting so bad by the time I got done with this. And I didn't have one of those trigger things, or I didn't know where it was at this time, so I just pushed through the pain and got it done. right, well, here is the finished shelf, and although I think that the color overall is pretty, I don't like it. I don't think it's right. I don't like how shiny it is. It's definitely way too metallic. I was hoping it would look more like iron, like an aged iron. So you know what? We're just going to paint it again, and I'm just gonna do white. So I should have just done that in the first place, right? I thought I wanted it to stand out a lot more up against the shed, but now that I see it standing out a lot, I don't think that's the direction that I want to take with it. So I'm gonna do it the right way this time, and I'm gonna try and remove the wooden top here. And yeah, we're just gonna start over, I guess. Good thing I've got a couple cans of white paint, and this should be a lot easier because the white comes out much more smoothly than that hammered metal did. So, all right, round 2, here we go. Well, the screws are coming out a lot easier than I thought they would. They are rusty, but oh, watch, I say that, now I can't get the last one out. Oh, goodness. I just remembered that I had this thrifted brass bucket in my shed, and I also still have another one of these solar fountains. So I thought that we could do a little water feature right here. So I just get these off of Amazon. They're really inexpensive. They're super easy. And they instantly start working. I can hear it working. I don't need to put batteries in it or anything. It comes with several different spouts, so you can test to see what you like. And then it also comes with these little side stopper things if you want to keep it centered in your fountain. So I'm going to fill this up with water, and then we will get it rocking. Oh no, there's a big hole in it. Oh darn. Well, that sucks. I'm just striking out on these. I'm gonna put some JB Weld or something on that. Well, in the meantime, we have another spray paint project. You are looking at a little shelf that was thrifted many years ago, and we've had it all throughout the house in different rooms for different purposes. But I moved it out of my kids' room because we replaced it with something else, and now I'm going to try it in our upstairs bathroom for some very much needed towel storage. So the color is not going to work in there. I have a lot of dark greens and rich wood tones. So I thought maybe a glossy black would look really pretty in that bathroom. So yeah, we're going to try and elevate it a little bit. It does look a little cutesy kind of with the spindles. So hopefully the glossy black spray paint will kind of make it look a little more, I don't know, upscale. So let's get this painted and then get it in place and see what we think.